Okay, here we go. You are listening to Session 119 of Primordial Harmony, a retelling of the classic elemental evil story in the Dungeons & Dragons multiverse. I'm Mike, I'm still running this, and tonight I'm joined by...
Hello, I'm Senna, and I play Delia, a wizard of the Nomus Persuasion.
And I'm Kitties, and I will be playing Hum, who is a bard of the Nomus Persuasion as well.
Hey, I'm Miles. I'm not cool enough to play a gnome. I'm an Osmar Seeker named Tadias.
And Vox, the Changeling Rogue, is played by Nyx, who is unfortunately either not going to join us tonight or will be late. With that said, when last we left the Excavators, Delia, Hum, Tadias, and Vox, with Oxor the Gold Dragonborn, Lucy the Boulette, and Rook the Snurfneblin, find themselves in a room with the way up to the true lair of the Howling Hatred cult atop the sky-pierced peaks. The Excavators let themselves sit and reflect on their long day. A few hours into the afternoon, noises were heard in the mess hall that the group had just cleared of rock and undead. Vox goes to investigate and finds that Thurl and a few of his Feathergale Knights are cleaning the place up and preparing a meal. Windharrow stuck around too and invited Hum to play a duet with him. The whole group is invited to share dinner, over which Thurl asks the party for one more favor while up in the spires. 2 Feathergale Knights were left behind when the PCs were initially confronted by Thurl when he mistakenly worked for Arisi. They hadn't been seen since. Meanwhile, Delia takes a long think about the connection between the ruby in the Targe of Torlir and how Zachriel imposed his will on Belnar Chanzal. Dinner is finished and cleaned up. Thurl makes to leave that area of the ruins, inviting the party to take some of the beds on the southern side of the ruins, but they elect to stay in the room with the way up to the air node. That next morning, the party prepares to ascend. Tadias fits the butt of Windvane into the slot, which causes a magic elevator to begin to rise, taking the party with it. Lucy, however, seeing herself begin to levitate, hops off the elevator and, despite Hum's insistence, stays on the ground. So the Excavators leave Lucy to hang out in that room in the temple. The Excavators land on a plateaued spire surrounded by mists and clouds. This first plateau is a bloody sight, spiked walls and spiked wide pillars rising out of the rock covered in smeared blood and viscera. An Air Myrmidon stood guard on the other end of the plateau, and as they approached, 5 corrupted air elementals coalesced into the air and attacked. Over the battle, both Oxor and Vox were slammed into a spike pillar, but swiftly Hum began to ring Chan's chimes, calming and purifying the wayward elementals. The Myrmidon was destroyed shortly after. After the battle, the Excavators heard the sound of wings flapping. Coming from the mist was a green Aarakocra girl, who introduced herself as Iki and welcomed the party to Lightspire. Iki was excited to meet the PCs and asked if they had asked them to stay for her coming-of-age ceremony, her ascension. When asked about the gory scene before them, Iki responded that this was their people's training ground. Before the party could get a word in, she took off. Tadias, putting on his archaeologist hat, realized that the spikes were not part of the original construction of this area. The party moved on, taking the steel cable bridge off of the plateau. Delia and Rook were not having a good time on the bridges, but after some trudging over these spires and more connecting bridges, the Excavators come across another plateau with a pocket of frigid air that caused much of the water in a pool in the pillar to freeze. Iki joined the party there again, saying that this was a spring that brought water to her people. She took a drink and Hum followed suit, but Iki would fly off again before the party could ask her more. As they made their way across the plateau, the temperature of the air suddenly shifted to very hot, melting the ice to reveal scores of dead Aarakocra floating in the water. Hum obviously disgusted because she drank from that water, Oxor using some divine healing on her to nip any disease in the bud. The party moves on to the next lengths of bridges. The next larger stone spire the party would come across turned out to be the main living space of the Aarakocra, as told by Icky, who strangely acted like nothing was wrong, while the PC saw the result of another air devastation orb. A loud scream came within the eroded rock, and Iki went for help while the party ventured in to investigate. It turned out the screaming came from Aarakocra ghosts that were charged with elemental energy, their zapping attacks draining life from Hum and Vox before they could be destroyed. Chan lamented about the fates of these Aarakocra. Shortly after the fight, Iki returned once again. A lot of shit happened this last session, you guys. Iki returned once again and reported that the adults of her village must be busy preparing for her ascension. The party asked where they were exactly, and Iki pointed them in a few directions, as the spire had 4 separate bridges attached to it. In one direction lay a pottery, where Iki said her mother might be. In another direction lay a tomb of an ancient people, and the third was the way to the place of gathering, and beyond that, the holy site of Iki's convocation. The excavators chose to go to the pottery, with Iki flying with them and telling them of the ceremony of her coming of age. She would fly off before they reached the plateau with the pottery. As the group walked on the stone, they heard a malicious humming, and behind the ridge on the plateau was another gruesome sight. Several humanoids, 3 of them shackled to this walled ridge, being tortured by a green demon. The creature actually spoke to the party, spoke to Hum, informing them that he was at work here. Hum played herself off like she belonged, and before the Nyan Kaloth realized who the party actually was, Hum had laid him flat with 2 separate destructive waves, with Vox quick as a whip finishing the demon off. There was a Kanku hanging dead, 2 human air cultists, and a very dead, brown-feathered Aarakocra. Hum talked to the 2 cultists, and taking inspiration from Zachriel, offered them a second chance to join up the Four-Stride militia in exchange for their lives. They took the deal, and were thus freed. They also offered a bit more information, namely, that Arisi would retire in the same area the tomb was, and that the direction that Iki pointed to as being the way to her people's gathering ground was the way to the quote-unquote storm portal where Yansi Bin, the evil air ornamental, lay in wait to be brought into the material plane. The 2 cultists would wait on the spire with the ruined living place. The excavators then chose to leave investigating this tomb for later, and made their way toward the air portal. Holy shit, that was a lot. We returned to Flame Rule the 6th, with the excavators on a somewhat precarious chain link bridge, and the wind picking up. I will describe this scene again, because I didn't really describe it much before we ended. As soon as I get to my notes on this place. So, what is visible to you... Oh man. Do this to myself. There we go. What you see before you is chain link and rope bridges span between these thin spires of rock. There's one plateau to the right, with 9 figures wearing feathered cloaks standing there with arms outstretched as though waiting for the wind's embrace, or perhaps waiting for the wind to carry them somewhere far away. You feel the wind is like really biting at you, and it actually is somewhat pushing you in different directions. And Rook kind of is holding white-knuckled. It's gotten a lot more windy, he says. Makes sense.
Can we go faster? I don't like being on these bridges.
Let's go.
So this is not like a flat surface. It's actually a spiked plateau. And so what ends up happening is you have to sidle around it very carefully. Noxor kind of looks back and says, be careful when you get around this. Just take it slow.
Who designed this thing?
And then he calls back and he says, guys, there's no handrails. And Tadias can see him going onto his hands and knees and, he has, Oxor has, his shins on the sides of this, it's basically just 2 lengths of chain connected by several lengths of steel. It's basically a ladder, but horizontal.
This gets more and more fun every moment.
Whoa. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Made his token. Okay, so yeah. He's slowly making his way across, and Tadias, it just seems very precarious.
I'm gonna wait for him to get to the next spire.
Okay. When Oxor gets to the next spire, Tadias, you feel like a gust pickup, but you can see any loose fabric. So Oxor is wearing plate armor, but he's got he's got some fabric visible, and it is flapping like crazy, and he's holding the spire for dear life for a moment, and then it looks like the wind kind of dies down in that location for a second. And he says, just get across as quick as you can. And he starts sidling to give you room.
I'll try to time out my crossing when the wind dies down.
Okay. Yeah, you can certainly do that, yeah.
When I get to the spire, I'm going to try to kind of hold onto the spire and to the chain at the same time, see if I can make it a little less rickety
Okay.
for the people following.
Is this doable for gnomes?
It's doable for gnomes, but it's very, very precarious.
Hum gets on her hands and knees and does the same as Oxor did.
Yeah. So is Delia hanging on to the spire right now?
Yep.
All right.
Is
Yep.
So it's just chain and like rungs, right?
Yep.
Can you make it across the next one, Oxor?
I'll do what I can. All right. And you can see that he's sort of taking it almost like sideways. And it's so wide that the gnomes might have trouble.
And these spires go down a ways, right? They go into the mist.
They go into the mist. You cannot see the bottom.
Now, I technically have a climbing speed. Does that assist me in any way?
I didn't consider it climbing speed. It, well, yeah, actually, it does. And you'll see how it assists you in a few moments.
Copy. In that case, I want to take out some of my cable and my rope, and I'm going to see if I can create essentially a gnome path to kind of lead in between these.
Okay.
Try to interlace them so they kind of create little lines and kind of be an idea. Draw like little lines, so kind of give them like little gaps into this, loop it in and out, in and out.
Okay. Doing that is definitely challenging. Because you're balancing and you've got all of this wind. And in fact, I'm going to start doing what I planned to do. The wind picks up. The wind picks up like a lot, and Hum and everybody feels their grip is tenuous, and everybody needs to make a strength saving throw, but don't do it just yet. Be ready on the button. With a DC of oh, 12. Not bad. Not bad for the first one.
Except for if you have a -1 strength.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Right, so I'm gonna find a different. No, this is fine. I gotta roll 3 strength saves. Great. I'll do that. Well, the good news for Tobias, so he doesn't even need it. Okay, so here's Oxor's strength save. And here's Rook's. Nope. Here's Rook's strength save. He's got a little strength, so that's good for him. Ooh. You're on, okay. And Delia, you're on the spire, right? You're not on the bridge.
Yeah, I have not gathered the courage to.
Well, okay. Well, unfortunately, all of the gnomes get lifted off, and you all have an opportunity to like re-grab before you fall. So this is a dexterity saving throw. So, Hum, you managed to grab a chain link and save yourself. Delia, you don't, and neither does Rook. So here's what happens. You guys see 2 of your gnome buddies fall into the mists.
Tadias hits the wings and flies down.
Well, before you,
I don't think that's a question.
Well,
before a second, I know.
Okay, so let me check a couple of things. Okay, so you guys fall into the mist, and you don't fall for long, but it is gonna hurt.
I'm gonna cast the Resilient Sphere.
You don't have the chance. Because you only fall 100 feet. Which is instantaneous, per the rules. Although, I mean, we could make this more interesting. Yeah, okay, so roll... How would we react to that?
Well, I mean, last session I did specifically mention that as we were going over these, I'm like practicing the incantations.
Okay.
And I have Warcaster.
And you have Warcaster. Okay, that makes sense. Alright. Yeah. Then...
But I don't know if that... I don't know if it affects, like, fall damage.
What does the spell do? You would know. The character would know. Larger, smaller than enclosed. No physical objects can pass through the barrier. Sphere is immune to all damage. And creature or object inside can't be damaged by attacks or effects originating from outside, nor can a creature inside the spheres damage anything outside of it. So I guess that means that it's like a big Zorb thingy. Okay. And you're gonna do it around yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Self-preservation, survival instincts.
Okay, well you land in a mossy kind of a weird mossy place. Let me take I'll just take the players there. It's fine. Oof. So that's fine. You see Rook scream and fall, and he takes. He's not unconscious. All right. So Rook is hurt real bad. So Tadice, you said you're gonna hit the rings. You hear Rook you hear a smack a little ways below you from the mists.
Yeah,
And then
gonna wing out. I'm gonna fly down.
Okay, you wing up, you fly down. Let me grab your token and copy paste it real quick. So as Tadias goes down, Oxor kind of gets back to the spire here, and he helps Hum up. And he just kind of looks down, and GM later for those two. And Vox is just clinging for dear life. So back down here, there's Tadias. And Rook is slowly getting to his feet. And he looks really fucked up, bruised and stuff. No, never going up, never climbing ever again.
I see the Zorby.
You do see the Zorby.
I don't know how to deal with that, but I only have a minute with this, so I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna snag Rook, and because I can do object interactions as bonus action with the fast hands kind of stuff, I'm gonna tie a cable around him and pretty much attach him to me.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a short lead.
All right. Can Delia talk through the thing?
Yeah, and as soon as we hit, I'd probably let it pop.
Oh, okay.
Like Glinda from The Wizard of Oz.
You're a witch. Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
It's debatable.
Depends on the day.
And since that was an action to do the wings and bonus action to run down here, I don't know if I have another action to snag them up, but essentially I'm going to tie the same to Delia and then just carry them both gnome style as far up forward as possible.
Okay, so let's see. I guess we're counting this round by round. So that was you spent 2 rounds so far.
Yeah, because I moved 60 feet with the bonus action.
Well, you can just fall and then stop falling. That's how I kind of interpret the wings. So it's not there's no movement cost with getting down there. Give me a second. Okay, I am back. Hello? Uh-oh. Why did everything stop? Did my internet die?
Look muted.
Oh, there we go. Oh, everybody. Joy will hear me say, did my internet die? I think my internet had a hiccup. Okay. Cool. So...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what? Can you guys hear me?
And now we can hear you.
We can.
Okay. So, no cost to get down. Object interaction. So, you now have... Then you took another action to tie Delia, or an object interaction or whatever.
So it'll be on turn 2, and I haven't used the action or movement yet.
You have not used the action or movement yet. It is 100 feet up. Makes it super simple. It's 100 feet up, so that means that you'd be within 10 feet after another round where you spend an action and bonus action to dash.
I think I'm just gonna try to make sure all these gnomes get across. I'm gonna buy haste with my action.
Okay. Internet is not liking me today.
Let's see if I could. Oh, I'm running. So I'm just gonna snag all the gnomes. I'm just gonna have just a gaggle of gnomes.
Okay. I only heard about half of that, but I'm assuming you said you're gonna cast haste and you're just gonna spend as much time as possible just getting the gnomes across this treacherous area. Shit. I think my internet's just dipping out or something. Hello? Hello?
What's happening?
We can hear you.
Okay, did you hear me like say uh-oh and like...
Yeah.
I heard. Oh yeah.
Okay, no. Discord's dropping my packets.
Oh, that's why. I was about to say, like, I was hearing everybody fine. I was wondering why it was me.
Discord be dropping my packets. How dare. Okay. Okay, I think that's actually totally doable. So you spin the wings and you get you're basically focusing on getting the gnomes across. So let me get back to that page and I'll measure some distances.
Once I have all the gnomes, realistically, it's action, haste action, bonus action, all at 60 a pop.
60 movement?
60 for each thing. Yeah, because my movement
Oh,
speed
right.
doubles.
Okay. So, I mean, as the crow flies, that's...
So,
I'm not...
60, 120...
Oh, God.
240 a turn, then?
So that's not actually a problem. It's only, as the crow flies, it's 184 feet or so to get across from where you guys are. So that's totally possible. So, describe what this looks like, because this is a feat.
We're definitely gonna say he was tying the cables when the wind really picked up, and you could see the cables kind of like whip as the ties were trying to be set, and you hear all of the gnomes that didn't attach themselves to a spire, so everyone's safe for hum, kind of just be whipped off and disappear in the mist. He kind of forgoes the rope. The rope just whips against the spire from the wind, catching it, and he jumps off. He descends and he snags both of them. And he just kind of pops up in a second with the big glistening white wings. And without much saying of anything, because Hum kind of has bumped into him a few times doing this, he just kind of begins heading towards her, and there's probably some unspoken kind of like nod as he snags her as well, and then just zips, kind of the clouds parting for a second as he hits them over the spot directly.
Okay.
And if I have enough time to double back, I might be able to get Vox too. I think Oxor's too heavy.
Yeah, Oxor might be too heavy for you. What's your strength?
My strength is
20?
maxed out, so it's 20.
Okay.
I can't get Vox in the first run, but with that much speed, I might be able to bounce back on my last 2 turns and get her at least up there. But I'll probably end my turn around here, I would imagine, with Vox after everything.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So at the end of it all, the gnomes are safely over here. And this is a much stabler area. This is like an actual bridge. It's got a platform and it's got rails. I mean, you do all this, and the cultists down here, they're not paying you any mind.
Interesting.
So, yeah, you get Vox to there, and Oxor is just kind of nose down and is making his way across. And there's a couple of gusts, and he holds on real tight. He says, he tries to shout over. He tries to shout over the wind, and you actually can't hear him. Like he's shouting something, and it's so windy that you can't hear what he's saying.
Vox, make sure you get over this path. I'm gonna go back for him.
She says, okay. You're gonna go back for Oxor?
I'm looking at this thing as a problem. So I want to make sure they get at least to like these two, because these look a little bit more stable than this one. But this twisty one just looks like bad news bears for Oxor.
It is pretty harsh.
So I was gonna like at least get back to this spire and try to help if possible.
Okay. You start making your way that way.
And now that I don't have my like silver bullet for the situation, usually Tadias is much more like safe about it.
Okay. Oxor, not Oxor. Oxor in a second, but Vox is holding on to the spire super tight. And she's actually just waiting. Meanwhile, I just want to have like a little scene with the gnomes. You guys see that Rook Hum can definitely tell that Rook is messed up. Like he fell 100 feet, and it's very clear that he's like bruised, and he's got some parts. He fell on some twig, and like he's got some blood running down his cheek, among other injuries. And he's kind of shaking as he's holding on to the railing.
She's gonna cast Cure Wounds on him, just kind of like acting like she's cleaning him up a bit, and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
I'm tying my cape to the little hand railing.
What are you doing, crazy? Don't tie your thing to the hand railing.
What if I fall again?
We're going to tie ourselves to Tadias when he comes back. We're not going nowhere without being tied to Tadias.
Rook says, "Thank you." He's like rubbing his shoulder now. You've definitely healed him, but now he's definitely exceptionally sore. And he looks at Delia and he says, "Wasn't there only room for one in that?"
You were too far away, and then I can only concentrate on one thing at once.
He nods. He looks a little upset, but mostly because he's in pain.
I would have, I'm sorry.
So, Tadias, you are making your way across this thing. And Oxor is like, near the end, or near the next pillar here. And as you're nearing the next pillar again, the wind picks up one more time. And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah, will do.
Oh, 14. Okay, that's not bad. I expected that to be a lot worse. And Oxor is also fine as the wind just really pushes at you, and you lower your center of gravity as much as possible, and you hold on to a length of steel, and you're just pushed. But then the wind gives way again, and you make it to the other side. Okay. And you can see Oxor sidling around the spire here. And you can see, from the look on his face, he's looking toward the cultists, and then back at you, and then back at the cultists, obviously trying to keep an eye on them. And then Oxor looks down at the ladder there that is like, it's like one of those carnival things where they're twisting it, and he just looks down at it and he looks up at you, and he's got this look on his face like, how the hell? What do you do?
I'm looking at my stuff. I don't know if I have anything that'll help him with this.
While he's looking, I mean, Hum is trying to get Chan to answer her a question.
Oh, what was your question?
She asks Chan, is there any way to slow this wind down?
She answers, and she speaks into your mind, and she says, this place is under the influence of Yansi Bin's palace. In front of Yansi Bin's palace, he has a maze of winds that blow in many discordant directions. And she says, as I am now, I have no power to quell this, and it'll remain like this here probably until you close that portal.
Sounds good.
Okay. I think I got an idea. It's a little weird. It's probably going to involve one hell of a check, but I do have multiple of these cables, so I do have still one even after I tried tying this one and left it. I'm thinking I'm going to attach it to the hand axe that's connected to my belt, try to throw it through one of these further loops, and then hook it around as it returns to me.
Are you gonna try to hook shot toward him?
Essentially, I want to create a piece of cable that he can grab.
Ah, okay.
That he can then use to tie around himself, and then I want to use my pinions from my Dungeoneers pack and give him like a support thing, so if he falls, it'll catch him.
I like that a lot. Okay. Yeah. Roll. So you're trying to aim.
I'm like doing the boomerang from Zelda through this to loop a cable that he can tie.
It's so cool. Yeah, okay. So, the way I have this scenario set up is there's no real time pressure for you right now. The cultists are still in their little circle jerk, and they're just paying attention to their weird, fanatical, wind worshipy ways. So, let's just roll a check, and we'll just see if there's any comedy here.
Copy. Do you want me to just do an attack then?
Yeah, just do an attack.
All right.
Okay, yeah, it's not. You definitely toss the hand axe. It goes end over end with the cable, and with the amount of length, it goes past Oxor, and Oxor grabs it out of the air, and then the hand axe is blown. But you notice that, like, with the discordant gusts, the hand axe is kind of like it has a weird path back to you. It kind of zigzags and goes in a loop-de-loop, but eventually it ends up back into the belt that you got so long ago. Oxor has the rope in his hand, and he looks at Tadias and nods and like starts to tie loops around a certain ties it around his waist, yeah, and then kind of like secures it in his belt, and yeah.
Perfect. Then I'm gonna fasten it to here with my pinions. And he's going to have to make the check to get across this thing, but at least he has something as a safeguard.
Yeah, we'll see if he makes it. So Oxor starts to climb, and then you see him invert, and you can see he's, like, holding on for dear life, and let's give him a luck roll. Higher or lower?
Let's go lower.
Let's go lower. All right. Okay. No crazy gust of wind happens as he's making his way across this thing. Let's see if he can maintain this strength as he sort of flips around and tries to get back onto the other side. That's an athletics check. He does. The DC was 15. He gets back to the spire, and he starts to he's holding on with one hand, and he's undoing the cable with the other hand, and he says, "It was a good idea. Thanks, Tadias."
I've done this with, and he looks down, less stakes before, but you think you got the rest?
Let's get going.
All right, I'm gonna wrap the cords and cables, put it back into the sack, pull my pinions out, and I'm gonna get trekking back here.
All right. Slowly but surely, start moving across the chasm here. And Vox nods, and she starts to make her way across this. And as she's like in the middle, Oxor says to Tadias, "Hey, do you think we should tie ourselves together, maybe?"
I mean, if anything, we should tie ourselves to the spire. If it's you and me, I think either of us would knock the other one off.
You're probably right.
It looks like the rest of this is pretty secure. We just need to be careful.
He nods. One more time. The wind picks up. Tadias, roll a strength saving throw.
Right.
Fuck. It's a D12. Alright. You are, I was going to call for that while you were still in Oxor's aura, so you can have that. Oh, never mind. You don't even need it.
I rolled pretty well on that one.
Yeah, Oxor and Tadias are holding on pretty good. Okay. Well, the only one that took any real damage from that was Rook. And I got you guys to spend resources, so you know what? I'm happy. It's slow going, but eventually the rest of you get across. And Oxor says, "Do any of you need healing?" And Rook just kind of raises his hand meekly.
Guys, this is going to get into the more secure bridge and just lay down for a second.
Hum walks over and like attaches a little rope to his belt.
Oxor is going to heal him for 20.
Then she does a really great hangman's noose and puts it around Delia's waist.
Actually, he's gonna cast Cure Wounds himself. That's what Oxor's doing. Oh, that's improved Divine Smite, which doesn't count. So it's 9 more for him. Thank you, says Rook. The wind here is actually a lot less intense. There's still gusts and such, but they weren't anywhere near the strength of that area you just passed.
I hate heights.
Same, says Rook. You've solved my chasm puzzle. All right.
Let's go shut up that big bag of wind there.
All right. So the bridge leads to another spire that's similar to the ones you just had, and then from here on, for a while, it's more of a more boring, treacherous, but not as treacherous as that. And for a while, Icky is nowhere in sight. And about 30 minutes pass, and because it's slow going. And coming into your view is another plateau, another larger plateau. And the wind kind of picks up again, but it's not as strong. But there will be a mechanical impact, but it won't be like crazy. So, and bring you there. To describe the scene. On this next plateau, mighty gusts blow this way and that, making a discordant howling. Severed silk ropes, darkly sodden with blood, sit at the base of 3 gore-spattered rock crags. Tied to two of the crags are two women, each with a symbol cut into her forehead.
– Oh no! Do we recognize right away that they're Feathergale Knights?
You do. They're moving. They're not dead. You can see them trying to shift around and make themselves more comfortable.
Hum runs at them and just to the first one and grabs her and asks if she's okay and asks her name.
Keeps in step so she doesn't get snagged.
Hold on a sec. She says, I'm Narisi. And then she coughs a little bit. And she says,
You're a Reese.
No, Narisi with an N.
Oh, okay. We've been looking for you. Thorol sent us up here to save you.
She looks relieved. And she says, you best be quick. He says, she says, we are guarded by these invisible demons.
Hum just peels out her dagger and cuts at the binds.
Yeah, they're made of fabric, so you're starting to saw at them. And Oxor starts walking over to the other, and he pulls out a dagger and starts slicing at bonds too. But as you're in the middle of doing that, you hear what sounds like a pair of feet slamming on the ground next to you. Tadias, you too. And Delia, you hear that and something else coming from this direction, and Oxor suddenly reacts and turns and draws his sword. Everybody roll initiative. Give me a second here. Okay. Okay, give me a second here. Okay. Hum, you are acting first. You heard a noise right here. What do you do?
Did Vox roll?
Oh, wait, yeah, several people need to roll. Hang on. Alright. Vox is first to go. What is Vox doing? What does Vox do in this situation? So what she saw was, she saw, Oxor draw his sword and turn around, but what's Hum's, initial reaction when she hears this noise slam next to her? It's like this loud boom, thud.
She puts herself up against the Feathergale Knight and turns around and draws her rapier.
All right. So Vox sees this, and I think. Boy, What would somebody do? Okay.
Probably just use an action to try to find the thing, right? If
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah. Okay. So she'll roll a perception check. Pretty simple for her. So Vox kind of assesses the situation for a second and looks around and then points and says, Hum, right in front of you! Right in front of you! And you too, Oxor! And that's it. That's her turn.
I'm gonna ask a really weird question.
Yeah.
Is there any dirt on the ground?
There's some dust, but it's swirling around, right?
Oh, it would just swirl back into her face then?
Well, it's windy. Oh, wait. There's a mechanic that I might be forgetting that I wrote myself. Oh, yeah, I gotta do that. Okay. Before you ask weird questions... okay. I did it. Yeah. What was that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Okay, so the wind picks up after the thud. The wind picks up and it's moving this way. So what this is gonna be is, it might not matter that soon, but if you're walking into the wind, actually wait, I just put this here. Yeah. So that arrow is the direction of the wind. If you're walking into the wind, it's gonna be third movement. So like rough terrain, but every foot is 3 feet of movement. If you're going sideways, it's rough terrain, like half movement, and then walking with the wind is normal. And if you change your direction or end your move before you use up all of your movement, you're gonna have to make a strength save or be pushed. And we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, if I need to explain it again. So right now, where you are, Hum, you're actually kind of buffeted by the pillar there, so you don't actually have to worry about it right now. But as for there's no real dust on the ground because of the wind, right? The rock is pretty bare.
Okay, so because it's really windy, she is just going to kind of stab, but where Hum is, she's about 3 feet off the ground.
Uh-huh.
She's going to kind of stab diagonally up.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Right in front of her.
Okay, go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Sorry, I got a lot on my sheet now.
Mm-hmm. You looking for your rapier?
I am.
Oh boy. Okay. The pointy end. You feel contact, and you hear a roll damage.
She's also going to throw psychic blades now that she knows it's there.
Nice. All right. So that is 27 in total. All right, and they need to make a save. A con save. I'm gonna use these guys. Okay. Aha! He makes a save. So he's still invisible. That won't matter for long, though.
She yells at Tadias. He's right in front of me where I stabbed.
Alright. Delia, you see this massive gorilla-like creature with orange fur appear in front of Oxor as he lunges forward with a bite attack. And that's going to be with advantage for this first one. Ooh. Hitting... Oh, wait. Does that hit Oxor? That might not hit Oxor. That does not hit Oxor. So Oxor, like, reacts in just a split second and brings the shield up, and the creature crashes into it, and then it brings both of its fists in for an attack. Fist and fist. Oh, both those hit for not much, though. Oxor is just withstanding these blows as best he can. 14 damage. Okay. Suddenly there's a fist coming at you as this creature takes their turn and is gonna first attack with advantage. 22 to hit for 12 bludgeoning.
It hits.
And the rest of these are normal as it lunges forward with a bite. Ooh, 24.
It's
For 13, and then the fist goes to Tadias. For 10.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that's it for that one. Delia.
Okay.
Yes.
We are gonna...
We fireballing?
No, we're casting Storm Sphere.
Storm Sphere. How's that work?
A 20-foot radius sphere of swirling air springs into existence, centered on a point you choose within range. The sphere remains for the spell's duration. Each creature in the sphere, when it appears or that ends its turn there, must succeed on a strength saving throw or take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. The sphere's space is difficult terrain. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your turns to cause a bolt of lightning to leap from the center of the sphere toward one creature you choose within 60 feet of the center. Make a ranged spell attack. You have advantage on the attack roll if the target is in the sphere. On a hit, the target takes 46 lightning damage. And then creatures within 30 feet of the sphere have disadvantage on wisdom perception checks made to listen.
Alright. The sculpt,
And it's an evocation, so...
But the sculpt spell still do that for longer than instantaneous. When you cast an evocation spell, you can choose the creature automatically succeed in their saving throws against the spell and take no damage if they will. Okay, so they just automatic. Okay, there's no duration mentioned. Yeah. Okay. So, all of your allies are protected. All right.
Oh, well, I don't have it set up properly.
What do you mean? Oh, the damage? Oh. Well.
Yeah. It's DC 17 strength save.
Okie dokie. What happens on the failed save again?
2d6 bludgeoning damage, and then I'm gonna attack this one with the thingy thing.
All right. Roll that 2d6. This one failed. So 3, all right.
And then...
Zappity zap zap. Dex save.
I'm just gonna use my firebolt for the attack.
Oh wait, it's a spell attack?
Yeah, it's make a ranged spell attack. You have advantage on the attack roll if the target is in the sphere.
Well, unfortunately it misses.
Okay.
Okay.
And that is it for me.
Alright. Oxor is going to shrug off this creature's gorilla demon bear hug and will attack it with Skonbivara. And it's gonna be 2 attacks. 1 and 2. Both of them hit, and he carves in. I wish I could like select all those numbers like Excel and make them add up. All right. And that's it for Oxor. Tadias, it's your turn.
Let's slice them up. I'm gonna use Reser. And they're not invisible, so there's no disadvantage or anything, right?
Yeah, they've foregone that.
Gabby. Let's see. That's the button.
That hits. For 11.
Go ahead again.
Aha.
Oh.
For 12.
And I guess they have some weakness. I'm gonna say that's in like the crook of their knee, and I'm just gonna dig it in there and really drive it in.
That hits. For 8, then your thingy. 8 plus 6 is 13. Wait. 14.
14, yeah.
Alright, that's not enough to kill. Rook slips into the ground. And Vox is going to dash over and swing her dagger around and try to finish this thing off. And the creature buckles as you dig at its knee and kind of puts its hand down, exposing its flank, and Oxor rushes in and takes that opportunity and slams her dagger in it, and the creature cries out in pain, and you see it sort of just like the last creature that you had fought, the green demon with the huge axe. It just disappears into this purple-black smoke. It's your turn.
Hum is going to cast Stop Hitting Yourself at this one.
All right. Wisdom save. It punches itself in the face. All right.
And then she's going to viciously mock him.
Oh, you should use that thing. I didn't set it up in Roll20, but that table that I sent you.
Yeah, give me a second.
No problem. I gotta set that up so that we can just macro it. All I have to do is enter more.
So I gotta roll 3d20. Give me a second.
Yeah, no problem.
So she calls him. You're nothing but a crusty splooge mammoth, I think is what you want.
Very visual.
He punches
Oh,
him.
wait.
Oh.
Trash mammoth, excuse me. Crusty trash mammoth.
Wisdom saving throw again. They aren't the best at these. Oh, but he saved. Looks at you.
You are.
Nobody moved except for Vox. Oh shit, Vox. Oh no, I fucked up my own rule. Oh wait, no I didn't. Hang on. Let me actually... Hold on, hang on a second. I don't think this will rewrite history, but I just want to see... 7. That's actually this way. That's actually this way. Ah, Vox has enough movement. Okay. Vox, like... So, the wind shifts and starts going this way. And what happens is Vox, she's keeping her center of mass low as she comes forward, but she's got enough speed to get there and to slam her dagger. Alright. So Hum, you did your turn. So that Bulgara angrily starts approaching. Walks into the storm sphere. Do they need to make a save?
No, it's when they end their turn there.
Okay. This creature's not smart enough. So is going to get over to here. Very angry at Hum right now. And is going to go ham. And he's gonna attack recklessly. So here's an advantage bite attack on Hum. 14.
Ah, And it misses.
Just kind of like lunges forward and you dodge nimbly out of the way, but it swings its fist around. 22 for 6 bludgeoning.
Oh, that hit.
15?
Misses.
Alright, you just take 6 bludgeoning from all that, and the creature's wide open now. Delia. Oh, yes.
Make it...
Wisdom, or the strength. Yeah. 21. I clicked twice for some reason.
Okay. I'm gonna thunderclap.
Alright. That's con, right?
Yes.
Alright. That's gonna be... Oh, you don't have that. Okay, so it's not advantage. Constitution. It does not save. It takes 12 damage.
And we'll pump that on there and then use my bonus action to strike it with lightning.
Yeah! That is a hit.
Not the empowered evocation. I already used that.
Alright, it resists it. What's half of 18?
9.
But it doesn't resist it enough. Oh wait, hold on. It doesn't resist thunder though. Alright, doesn't resist it enough, and the creature is zapped, and you watch its fur and body turn like this sickly dark purple and then just poof into gas. And it dissipates in the wind. You're out of initiative.
Racy, is there anything else hanging around?
I don't think so, she says.
Those things are pretty icky.
I'm really thankful they didn't attack us on the chains. That could have been much nastier.
You're gonna give me nightmares, Tadias.
You can die yourself too, if you want.
Neresi, is that Desenia over there?
She nods. And at that point, Oxor goes back and finishes slicing through the vines and is doing a help carry. Has his big arm around Desenia's shoulders and is helping her over. And the wind shifts and, it's kind of a pain to move around, but you manage it.
Hum is going to cast... actually, I don't think she's going to cast anything. How badly are they hurt?
They look beaten up, but they haven't been tortured. They've just been left here to be blown around and under guard.
It's not going to be safe to try to move them. They might have to stay here until we deal with the wind.
Are those the only things that ever visited?
They Nerisi is kind of like rubbing her arm and rubbing her wrists, and she says, these weird, I don't know how to describe them. They looked like, demon chickens. They had wings coming out of their backs, but they weren't arms. They were just flap things. I can't describe it too much. Those things came around and they were led by a bunch of other cultists.
How long ago was that?
A couple days.
Do you think those might have been the ones we took care of?
They sound like it.
Hold on a second. Desenia says, we, both of us got word of what was actually happening with Thurl and Arisi. And when we brought it up, they tied us up here. And then Nerisi says that was a mistake. We should have just left.
So when's the last time you've seen anything but those ape things?
Well, some of the air fanatics would come through. The last time anyone came through here was they give you they give you a day. They give you like a couple days ago, and you realize that was the day after you had defeated Arisi in the Fane of the Eye, or Cult Nexus.
Well, it sounds like we're pretty safe. Do you feel like you can stay here and protect yourselves while we finish off this area?
To give you an idea, there's not much but metal cables between spires that you have to sidle past.
Right,
And we think we can deal with the wind.
We know. They look at each other.
But we're going to go turn off the wind. So we're headed across to turn off the wind. We know how to do that. I talk to Chan. I look at Tadias and I say, I talk to Chan.
Oh, okay.
Do they still have like their gliding stuff on?
No, they don't. They've been stripped of everything except for like their most basic outfit. They don't have any cool gear or anything, any weapons. But Rook walks up and he says to Hum, "There's a small alcove inside this spire. It might make a good place for us to rest if we need to."
Hum translates for everybody who doesn't understand him. What do you think, Tadias? Hum. Delia?
So that he's saying like these things have like hollowness in them.
No, he's gesturing below, and he said this plateau, this spire, has like this alcove inside of it. He says.
So if we, oh god.
He says it's closed off though. There's no air exchange. I'm not sure if we can stay in there for long, but you definitely protect from the wind. And Hum translates and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm okay to keep going, but I'm also okay to rest if we need to.
I'm prepared to finish this, if everyone else is.
I got pretty battered in the past 2 fights.
I could heal you, says Oxor.
That would be fantastic.
How down are you?
I'm down to 48, so I'm down about 34 points.
All right. Oxor will give you 30 points of healing with lay on hands.
Ooh.
And then he's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself at 2nd level. Oh, that's description. Oh, that's not bad. Wow. Way to go, Oxor.
That's pretty good.
He might give himself another slot. Oxor's offering healing. Does anyone else take him up on that?
I'm down a little bit, but not like dire.
Okay. I think that Vox would. He's gonna spend one more second level slot and do a cure wounds. Oh wait, yes, I gave him prayer of healing. Next time. I'm already in this. Wow. Not bad. That's 17 healing for Vox. Alright. Do any of you have rope? Nerisi asks.
I only have the one left.
Oh,
I don't have any. I've got some curtains from the Earth cult lair, though.
we just need something to tie ourselves to one of these pillars just in case the wind picks up again.
What kind of earth is this?
It's solid rock.
Oh, it's rock. I don't think Suni does that. Let me check.
Oh,
I start
there is something
pulling
you could
out
do with it, though.
pulling out the curtains from the Earth Temple.
Yeah, I think Suni might have something. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Does Bones of Earth stay around? As well as stone, I think, goes away eventually.
All stone stays put if you stay concentrating on it. If you maintain your concentration on the spell for its whole duration, the wall becomes permanent and can't be displaced. Or dispelled, rather.
There you go. So I can give them essentially a wall. And does the wind change pretty frequently?
Yeah, the wind is changing pretty frequently. It's not enough to. It's the kind of wind it is. It's kind of, you can feel it pushing you, but only if you're like having to snap and change your direction suddenly will it like knock you over.
Hi, Nix.
Hi, Nix.
Hi guys.
I was hoping to break and then you being here right before we got back.
Yeah, so if we're about to do a break, then it says I can do a contiguous path connecting them, so I can actually make kind of like a cup.
You can make a little gazebo for them.
Yeah, I'll make them a little, like, you know, hey, don't die gazebo that kind of like draws out like a little square thing. Wow, I have a circle shape.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I was just gonna do like a little kind of like spot that they can like hunker down in, and that they won't fly out, and that'll hold them and be cover for them.
All right. They definitely they hunker down in that, yeah.
So I'm down to 3. Okay, can't do.
All right, let's take 5.
I'll get the beer back.
I'll also be right back. We're back. All right, so the party had just defeated 2 of these big orange-furred gorilla demon things. When you defeated them, they turned to dark purple smoke and dissipated. And you've just saved 2 of the Feather Gale Knights that were still up here in the Sky Piers Peaks. And Tadias has given them a little stone gazebo with the help of Suni, who for a while has been pretty dormant. She hasn't been very talkative. There have been some emotion here and there coming from her, but she hasn't really been outspoken. Chan, on the other hand, which I regret not calling to attention, has been very uncomfortable this whole time. And Hum, you get the impression that it's because, well, she's in, or at least near, the domain of her nemesis. But here you all are. What do you do?
Hey guys, Chan's uncomfortable. Let's get this over with.
I'm inclined to agree.
She's giving me the nervous anxiety.
The die is gonna begin moving this way and hit the end of the length with This doesn't look fun either.
So that's more lazy map making than anything.
Same bridge.
Yeah, same bridge. It's so the floor is chain, but it's not as treacherous as those other spires that we had just played through the encounter of which. And it's simple enough to grab handrails or grab bits of link and start crossing.
Hum goes back and grabs Delia's hand. Let's go.
Thank you.
And Oxor follows along, right up behind you. And you start making your way over bridges and around spires. And coming into your field of vision as you advance, there's another large spire that has a similar wind-eroded pattern like the one you encountered before. Only it seems like this one has been exposed to the lashes of gale force winds for much longer. You can see the other side clearly. It is as if the winds have hollowed this place out, and there's like a floor, there's a couple of pillars, and then there's the rest of the spire, oddly. You can see the other side and the chain link beyond, and you make it to that plateau, and only a few pillars that are carved out of the stone serve as any kind of obstacle. Icky appears out of the mist, and where'd your token go? Where's your token? I have your art. Stand by. I just want to have her on the stage there. Yeah, so Iki flies by and she lands on the plateau. And she waves. Hi.
Iki, you keep getting us in trouble.
In trouble? What do you mean?
Great big demons, lightning ghosts. What's going on around here?
Roll an insight check. Ooh, okay. She responds to you. And I'm gonna say what she says, but then I'll give you what the read is. She starts talking quickly. She says, "Well, I was just looking for my mother. And I went to try to find her near the pottery, but she wasn't there. And then I went to the tomb and she wasn't there either. And then I came back here to the square." And she gestures to the area. She says, "This is where my people gather." And as she's talking, you get the distinct impression that she is avoiding something. But as you watch her talk and as you look in her eyes, you can see what you see is she's running from something in her own head. And she says, "Oh, well, there's one more place I need to check. I'll come find you again." And she takes off.
I don't think she's being... I think Miss Iki has seen something horrible and is not willing to face it, guys.
Well, I mean, the pond of dead bodies kinda, I'm sure, is a part of it.
The bird ghosts are there too.
That that Tortura demon dude too, says Rook.
And the tied up Feathergale Knights, yeah.
Oxor kind of frowns in the direction she left and says, "So I guess we should keep going, huh?"
I have a feeling there is no more Air Kokra.
Let's go put down this gold.
Definitely.
Should we take care of those other guys we passed on the way here? Says Oxor, as you cross this plateau.
We will when we're done here. We'll kill them hard.
Okay. He kind of looks around at the party, and he looks at Vox for a second. I'm prompting you, Nix. Do you have anything?
Nope, let's just get going.
Okay. You guys mount this next bridge, and the wind starts to get a little bit more intense again. As you're making your way across the mists actually get a little darker. The mists get a little darker. It's like overcast instead of just fog. And you all start to hear things.
Out loud or in our heads?
You can't tell. You hear on the wind. You hear Hum hears the raspy voice of Chanzal. And she hears him say, "You won't get Zachariel back." Tadias, you hear a voice on the wind say, "Your family's as good as dead. You can't protect them." Delia, you hear on the wind, "You're a fool for even having those kind of feelings."
Stick my tongue out.
Oxar kind of shakes his head. Ugh. And Rook shivers visibly, like his whole body convulses for a moment.
Hum yells out, Chansal, I will get Zachariel back and I'll carry your liver with me.
Vox, you hear on the wind, I don't have much to mine from Vox. Hold on.
Stop.
What was that?
Something with the way shields.
It's something personal about. Ooh, I know. Gordon never felt that way about you.
You know nothing.
And all of you and your responses in your heads are out loud. You just hear like a faint laugh, and then you keep going, and the clouds, the darkness kind of dissipates, and you're back in that fog. And Yep.
Well, this guy's just a grade A butt munch.
And another spire comes into your view through the fog, through the mist. As you cross this sort of threshold, this invisible threshold, you see this spire ahead of you, and suddenly there's this downdraft, and it threatens to flatten you against the chain link bridge. Like, you almost have to go to your hands and knees for a second. It's just this powerful downward wind, and it's making moving even more difficult. And the spire, as it sort of resolves for you as you get closer, you can see that the bridge leads to a stair that wraps around the spire and leads to the top. And from your perspective, you can see what look like 4 pairs of hands. So there's somebody standing atop this plateaued spire, or 4 people standing on top of this plateaued spire, lifting their hands up in reverence. I'll take you to the page in a second. Just make sure that I've got the thing on lockdown here. Pretty sure I do. Get that out of my way. Oh, and at this point too, it's like a monkey bridge again. With the 3V thing. Yes. You start making your way there. I assume. You see the 4 pairs of hands here, here, and kind of back here, here. Well, let's keep going, Oxford says as he starts making his way. I don't like this, he says.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Get off the bridge. Get off the bridge.
Oh, I'm supposed to be right next to her, probably.
Oh, it's up to you. I just placed your tokens.
Oh, I
Wasn't me.
tied Delia to you, not me.
Ah, okay.
As soon as Vox gets on the stairs, I take my dagger out, ready for another battle.
Okay, you take your dagger out. Yeah. You shouldn't be able... Well, I guess it makes sense so you can see that. Never mind. That's just more stair. That's just more stair. And it goes in like a, you know, a spirally corkscrew kind of thing. So, Oxor starts ascending. Slowly, keeping his center of mass down as much as he can.
Is there like a wall?
Wait, hold on. So, this, hold on, Alt. This area is like, so like this area of the map is the top of those stairs. So it's basically wall here, yeah.
Okay, I'm hugging it.
Okay.
Sir, do you mind if I go ahead? I'm gonna sneak up and see what I can find.
Okay, just be careful. And he flattens against the wall. Are you trying to stealth?
Yeah.
No, that's not really... I'm not gonna make you roll because it's so loud that... And you're, like, out in the open otherwise. So... But Oxor is, like, staying 30 feet behind you. When you get to there... you hear... Actually, so is everybody here? Your tokens, are they where you want to be?
No, I want to be up near them.
Okay. Just tell, yeah. So you're behind Oxor.
Yeah.
Oxor is like keeping like 40 feet between him and Vox, but you can see him looking up and he says, Vox, up! And you can see, looking down, is the face of what's probably an air cultist. And you see him back into the thing, or behind, out of your line of sight. And you hear what sounds like demonic squawking. And Vox, you see these weird creatures starting to file down the stairs toward you. Roll initiative, everybody.
More chickens.
Perfect.
Don't forget to roll for Oxor.
Don't forget to roll for Oxor. Thank you. Alright, perfect. Okay, so... at this point, the wind picks up again, and the way this is gonna work is... at the end of your turn, you're going to roll a strength saving throw, and I'll tell you what happens if you fail. Oxor, bring this up here. What's their speed again? Yeah. A line of these chickens starts making their way toward you. And this chain is like above you. Does that make sense? So even if the token goes over it, the chain's above you.
How far above?
Oh, good question. Probably like 40 feet. There's a lot of these guys, and I'm putting them all on one initiative so that we're not here forever. Yeah. Okay. So this one gets up in your face and is going to attack you with a nasty claw attack as it kind of leaps at you. And it has these, what do you call it when there's like, it's quad something for claws, like owls? It's 4 claws, and they're like 2 that are opposing each other. It launches up and tries to rake them across you. Ooh, it actually hit 20 for 5 slashing. And that's all that I'm gonna do for those guys, because they're all in line with each other. Oxor is going to start making his way up as best he can. And I think he's going to dash to get up behind you. Delia, what do you want to do? You hear this really loud squawking coming from this direction.
That's a good question. I have an idea.
Yeah?
So, Bigby's hand has grasping hand, right?
Yeah.
What if I grabbed myself? How high up is this thing?
It looks like it's about, did I write this down? Please tell me I wrote this down. One thing I didn't write down was how tall it actually is. From there, we're gonna say, okay, so first of all, I was wrong. This chain's probably a lot higher up than 40 feet. The top of the spire is probably 85 feet up for you.
Okay, never mind. I'll save that for later.
Okay.
I'm gonna... Well, I'm not gonna dash. That is not something I would do. I'm gonna hug the wall as I try and make it up these stairs.
Okay. I'm going to also say there's not a consequence for Oxor because he dashed. But it is rough terrain because of the downdraft.
Okay. So... So I'm gonna make it right here behind Hum.
Okay. Vox, what do you want to do?
How big are these chicken things?
They come up to your waist. Wait, how tall is Vox? Yeah, up to your waist, yeah.
Okay, I want to try... Oh, what's that called? I want to try running up against the wall and pushing as many as I can off.
Okay, alright. So you're gonna go into a strength contest with one of them. Okay, so how's that gonna work? Yeah, okay. Roll a strength check. Or athletics. Okay. With that, you're only gonna be able to really do one of them. So, one of them, they have a -2 to strength. So, I'm just going to say for this particular instance that you managed to shove one of them off. And you see them sort of fall down, and their wings, like, unhinge from their back, and it's really awkward looking. It starts to flap wildly. But that was your action. Also, you're probably here now. Is there anything else you want to do with your bonus? Nix?
I can't really... What's the word? I can't really...
If you can't do anything, then... Oh, you could disengage and back away if you wanted to.
Could I get Biox or like that, though?
Yes, it would just be also rough terrain. Actually, since you're going down, it's not rough terrain. It's going up that makes it rough terrain. So you could get by. You could get by Oxford.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. Oxford's unsheathing his sword and he says, "I'll take care of him." Roll a strength save. So as you're going down the stairs, the downdraft kind of catches you off guard, and you trip a little bit, and you land on your butt. Hum, it's your turn.
So this is rough terrain then?
It counts as rough terrain for going up the stair, yeah.
Okay, so Hum is going to move as much as she can to see if she can see anything.
You can see Vox on her butt. Also, yeah.
I can see one chicken, kind of.
Yes. You see one flapping its wings wildly as it's falling. But it's a slow fall for it because it's flapping its wings.
She's going to ready magic missile, so if she sees any, she's going to shoot.
All right.
And then I need to roll a strength save.
Yes.
Oh.
You get ready, and then you miss a stair, and you slip and kind of fall forward, prone on the stairs. You're prone. Tobias.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm now again moving. Tell me when I gotta make save.
It's at the end of your turn.
Alright, gotcha.
Rook, by the way, is
Bonus
in the stone.
How much length do we have, Delia?
I don't know.
You have
you tell
about
me.
10 feet.
Oh,
I'm gonna grab this one on the way up then.
you start hauling Delia. That's gonna hamper your. Actually, that's not really gonna hamper your movement at all. It's just the wind.
I squeeze my eyes shut.
I'm probably just gonna get to here with my bonus action and action to hit the jets and then get the next turn.
Okay. So Delia, you're. Yep.
And then I make a strength save.
Yeah. You resist the downdraft.
Cool.
All right, the abyssal chickens go next. This one flaps its wings and manages to catch an updraft. As it seems like there's an updraft right next to the pillar, as this thing is sort of gliding on it, and then it gets to here and then slams down right in front of Vox. You can still take your reaction, Hum.
So Hum is going to shoot a couple magic missiles at this thing.
All right.
2 charges.
2 charges. That's 16 damage. This thing explodes. Pop. Actually, what happens is it also turns into that purpley black mist and is just dissipated. The line of these abyssal chickens just keeps coming down. And Oxor is going to lift his shield as this creature tries to lunge at him with their talons. Oh wait, that's Oxor's sheet. Need this one. Clank against his armor. Are any of the PCs looking up?
Not me.
I'm probably focused on this wall since I haven't really seen the enemies yet.
Alright.
I'm on my butt, and I just shot that one, and I'm kind of looking for where he went, so yes, I'm looking up.
You see, coming out of this, coming into your field of vision from the top of the plateaued spire is a cultist who flies over here, and he's like several tens of feet in the air, and he points his hand down, and he's going to cast a spell, and that spell is Lightning Bolt. And I need Delia, Tadias, and Hum to make dexterity saving throws. It's trash DC, though. Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
So you take that 32, and the other two take 16. I will remind you that you have absorb elements if you want to indulge in that.
Oh God, yes.
From Hope's
I do.
End. You can spend a charge of that. And then he dickishly goes out of your line of sight. Guerrilla warfare on you. Oxor is going to start carving at these creatures. He slashes in and cleaves one, deleting it from existence, and starts making his way up and slashes at the next one. Also cleaving it from existence. And then the wind picks up, and he manages to hold on and advances a little bit further. Vox!
I get up.
You get up. That's half your
And
movement.
take take just a few steps forward.
All right. Delia.
Well, I'm currently okay. How far up now is the top of the tower spire?
Okay, give me a second to think about this. 100 feet. So from here, 75. From here, 50. And then from all the way up here, 25.
Okay. Since I'm currently being carried, I am going to ready a gravity sinkhole for whenever I see a bunch of people.
Okay.
Hum is going to stand up and sigh and move the very little that she can.
All right.
She sees nothing, so she is going to load 10 bolts into her crossbow.
Ooh. Are you doing the spray and pray?
I going to hold the action until I see something.
All right. And anything this time as she is looking around. All right. Thaddeus.
Let's get moving.
All right.
Are you carrying the Delia with you?
Yeah, I'm just moving my token. I was gonna move her after I got it measured out.
How is Thaddeus carrying Delia?
I kind of think of it as like I only have one free hand because of the shield. So I've got her kind of like football carried for right now.
Sack o potato carry.
And because of the stairs, I can kind of lay her down at chest level up in front of me as I get here.
All right. I love it so much. Okay.
So once I get here, I should still have bonus and the other action, and I'm going to try to chuck some weapons at this one.
All right.
So we'll have to switch off on these. Number one.
That is a hit. It poofs into nothing.
That changes what the other stuff would do. What's the range of this next one? Oh no, I guess I'll hit that one. So I'll go for, I guess this blood dagger thing. Where are you? Where's the button? Boom. That probably misses.
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna save my improvise, and I'm just gonna bonus action and get Delia a little bit closer.
All right. The abyssal chickens take their turn as 4 of them start to descend from the top and land interspersed amongst you and start to attack. Where is Delia? Like, so Delia's token is there, but is that where Delia is in relation to Thaddeus, or is she in front of him?
I would hope that he's carrying me on the side that is not over the abyss.
I mean, in relation to the creature.
I mean, if it's behind, I have her in front of me right now because I picked her up again.
Okay, then this is going at Thaddeus.
Yeah.
That was what I was aiming for. So this one's gonna try to
Can
nip.
I instead make it miss right away and push it back 5 feet?
Sure.
Where's
gonna-
5 feet?
I mean, it's going
Tell me
to
it.
go that way. Well, the way I'm picturing it is that it lands on the stairs and it's gonna like attack you, like line of sight through the stairs.
If it's line of sight to the stairs, then I'm not gonna worry about it. I was trying to be cocky and knock it into the wall or knock it off the edge. So yeah, I'll just take it.
Okay. It's gonna try to bite you. 11. Nope.
No.
Vox, the one next to you tries to bite you. 8.
Misses.
Takes 2 bite attacks from either side. Oh,
I have an action. No, I have to wait until my next turn. Never mind.
okay.
I'm reading. Never mind.
Okay. So here are some bite attacks. Nasty little nips. 18 and 7
18 hits.
for 6 piercing. And then this line advances on Oxor, and Oxor is going to take 1 attack. No! Alt is the one. Jumps up and tries to claw him. Misses. Alright. The Sky Weaver appears again and flies gracefully over in this direction. Reactions?
Yes, please.
What are you doing?
My gravity sinkhole.
Okay. And you're good
And-
with just this guy? Because you said a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as he's people.
Okay.
So it's a 20-foot radius sphere.
So he is like way above you still. So I don't think it's gonna catch any of the abyssal chickens, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's fine. Then let's just slam him into the side of the spire.
Yeah. Alright. What save is that? Take Constitution. Doesn't have very good Constitution.
And then this.
But enough to do. So is there half damage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that's 12. Kind of see his body kind of spaghettify for just a second, and he shakes it off and then angrily looks at you and is going to... what else can you do? What else can you do? There's really not much else you can do, is there? Okay, well, then he is going to spend his last 3rd level spell slot. And he actually sinks down to, like, to here. And is going to do a line covering Delia, Vox, and Tadias, and Oxor. So all of you need to make dexterity saving throws. Did you have a reaction in the tank hum? I thought I remembered you saying so.
I have to. No, I used my action to load the 10 bolts. I can't use them till next time.
Ah, okay. Well, lightning bolt crackles out, and yeah. Nope, not that. Vox, Delia, Tadias, and Oxor need to make dexterity saving throws. That was a pretty low roll. And Oxor will roll. Oh, Tadias, you saved because of his aura.
Oh, nice.
He does not save. Do not pass go, do not collect. That's unfortunate. Vox, you save, so that means you take no damage. And this one goes pop, and this one goes pop, and this one goes pop, and this one goes pop.
Hey, he's doing our job for us.
He growls at you as he continues flying in the sky. Oh, he needs to roll a concentration check. I might have to actually reverse all of that. Okay, heal up again, because he failed the Constitution concentration. So he actually fell. Phew. Yeah. Okay.
Now all those chickens are back.
Yeah.
Look at all those chickens.
Look at all those chickens.
That's one of my favorite videos.
I love that video a lot. Alright. Oxor.
You have to put him back right here. That's where he was.
Was he over the stairs?
He was right here because he's in my sights, man.
Okay. Well, then he'll just take some damage.
No, 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 no. The other chicken that's in front of Vox. It goes here.
Okay.
No, he was definitely dead. Or gone from our sight.
All right. Vox, it's your turn. Wait, did I skip
Did
somebody's
Oxor
turn?
go?
Oxor did not
What
go.
is Oxor?
Oxor goes. He's going to advance forward. And he's going to start slashing. Deleted. There's no way he'd roll less than 10. Yep. And he just slowly makes his way up and slashes. Deleted. And then he needs to roll strength save to stay up. He does. Alright. Now it's Vox's turn.
Let's stabby that one.
Alright. That's a hit. This thing pops into abyssal nothingness. Alright. Delia, what would you like to do?
That's a good question. I think I'm gonna... Can I see this one? Back here behind Hum?
That's a good question because of how I've set this up. Let me see. Alt. No, you can't.
Okay. Well, the only one I can see is this one, so I'm gonna throw a firebolt at it.
Alright. That hits. That is enough to kill.
So Hum has these, but she's at disadvantage if she shoots her crossbow. So she is going to.
She can. Why is she at disadvantage?
Because it's crossbow, and they're closer than 5 feet.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see.
She could rapier.
I think that's what she's going to do. She's going to sling her crossbow on her back, grab her rapier, and stab the one that's behind her.
All right. That's a hit.
And when he doesn't die, she's going to psychic blades.
He does not die. The creature screams out in agony and poofs into nothing.
And that's what she can do right now.
All right, Tadias.
Okay. Ranges. This chicken getting clucked.
This chicken's getting clucked.
Alright, bow.
Chua. That is a hit. And it's not enough.
What? Alright, fine. Then I will also throw. Wow.
That hits. And that is enough to make it pop into the abyss of nothing.
Let's get back into Oxor zone with Delia.
Alright, and roll a strength save. Oh, no. Well, Tadias is up. Poor Hum is down.
I think that's going to be it for my turn now. No, any bonus actions are going to be handy right now.
Alright. Well, more abyssal chickens hop over and fly over you guys. And, lands there, and this one's going to land here, and then this one's going to take a swipe at Tadias, and this one's going to take a swipe at Oxor. Ooh. Oh, still misses Oxor, though. Alright, and that's it for the chickens. Oh, this one's gonna dash and get up in your face. Oxor will go and he will take care of business. He hits barely and leaves this thing in half and destroys it. Right, and Oxor is going to start moving up as much as he can. Fox, it's your turn.
With my dagger still out, I'm gonna stab that one.
Alright. That's a hit. That destroys it. So,
I'm gonna move up.
okie dokes. Roll that strength save. You are prone. You fall prone. Delia, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna kind of look down and behind me, and then clap my hands and cast Thunderclap.
Heck yeah. Alright. Does not save. And the creature kind of... There's a wave that... that shockwave moves through it, and then it just kind of pops into that mist. And at this point, there are no more abyssal chickens to worry about. So we're gonna be in a sort of quasi initiative. Does the party make their way up the stairs? Or are you guys gonna try to like do something else other than make your way up the stairs?
If it looks like we're not being attacked, I might use my lay on hands, the awesomer one, on myself, but that's about it.
Okay, you can do that.
Hum is also going to lay her hands on herself and heal herself.
Okay. Oxor kind of moves back, and at this point he's kind of like staying close to the group. And Hum, you managed to close ranks with the party, and the 5 of you, with Rook still hiding in the stone somewhere, start making your way up the stairs. And Rook is like... Not Rook, Oxor is crouching as he's making his way up and around. Oh, we're giving ourselves a lot of healing.
I'm a lot of hurt.
A lot of hurt. All right. I'll keep it there for just a second. So, a few moments pass as you slowly make your way up these stairs. Go ahead and put yourselves next to Oxor. And we're still kind of in this initiative, and I'm not going to make you guys re-roll again. And we're going to do top of the order. And just as you guys get up to this area, the wounded Skyweaver that you thought that fell all the way flies back up in front of you. He has Featherfall. And he growls angrily and points. Where's Hum's token? Are you under somebody? Oh, you're under Vox for me. Okay. Points angrily and is going to cast... Ooh. That's pretty cool. Gonna cast Witch Bolt.
Don't say that, Mike. 'Cause I'm gonna counterspell it.
Ooh, okay. You counterspell the Witch Bolt. And, I had to get the initiative. And it just turns into nothing. And he starts just retreating back. But not before Oxor gets a slash at him. I think that hits. That does. For 11 damage. No, 12 damage. And Oxor chases right behind him. He had more movement than that. How far did Oxor move? This is important now.
28.
Yeah, okay. And you hear more slashing sounds as Oxor hails at this guy. Ooh, hitting twice for a decent amount of damage. And you hear a loud scream and a collapse. And that's it for Oxor. Vox, it's your turn.
Is it still rough terrain here?
Oh! Okay, hang on a second. Oxor makes it to here. That's as far as he gets, and he needs to make a strength save. Thank you for saying that. If you hadn't guessed, this is the last encounter of the night. He's fine. Okay. Vox, it's your turn. None of that stuff happened. He just is trudging along.
So it's still rough terrain, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think I can make it up to Oxor.
Alright, so what you see is this whole group of these powerful spellcasters in this sort of half circle, and you can see these creatures popping out of this weird fiery circle in the middle of this plateau.
I'm gonna bow that guy.
Okay, you're gonna have disadvantage. Because here's
Why?
the downdraft is at its peak strength.
Oh, okay.
That is not enough, unfortunately. The arrow kind of arcs way too fast and skitters on the ground. Delia.
Tadias, are you still carrying me?
Right now, but you should be able to get like 20 feet on me, so you can run up here a bit.
Hmm.
I don't think she wants to run right now.
You hold that action.
Yeah, let's, what are we holding? We'll hold a shatter.
Alright.
For when we see people.
Vox and Oxor see coming out of the fire thing here. Why are you doing this? Okay. Another one of those abyssal chickens pop out. It's your turn.
I'm just going to run up, and she's going to unload her crossbow at this one. I know it's at disadvantage, but she's
Are
just
you
gonna...
using the saving throw one, though? Because if you are, then it won't be.
Yes, I am.
Alright.
Here comes the bolt shower.
It's not an attack roll, but there... Yes, okay. Saving throw.
5 of them. There's 10 of them. Hold on.
Ooh, that's another 5d6. Whew! Oh, you just riddled with crossbow bolts, and the Skyweaver falls dead. Alright.
And then she has to step out of Oxer's space, so she goes into her own space.
You hear some weird chanting, and another one of those abyssal chickens appears out of that ring of the green fire, followed by another. Tadias.
Ugh, mid yawn. All right, let's see. 10, 15, 20. Actually, what am I doing? How tall is this?
It is about 20 feet.
With my climbing speed, can I just zip up it real fast?
Yeah, you could.
I'm gonna put Delia on my shoulders, and then I'm just gonna go directly up and just surprise him from the top. Can you move just like onto the thing?
Yeah. I'm getting rid of dynamic lighting because.
I have,
Huh?
I have this picture of him on Tadias' shoulders holding his nose to keep from falling off.
Excellent.
I would think like inside the flaps of the mouth, just both hands on, just like oh. And then I will bonus action dash and just cut right here to let Delia do her business.
Okay.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna hold out the gnome
Hold out the gnome.
like a very deadly teddy bear.
Sure.
I have brought a gnome and it's gonna kill you.
Let's stick it right here.
Alright, that gets all of those chickens and the Skyweaver. What are we rolling? Chatter? Con saves.
Yes.
Oh, that's not gonna matter for the chickens at all. So, yeah, they die. They poof.
And then we'll put the empowered evocation on Ugly right here.
Alright. Con save for him. He saves. So 12 damage. Alright.
And I still have an action, so I'm going to get cut.
Hold on. Because it's rough terrain because of the wind. Oh, wait, no, but you're on the land now. Okay, yeah. Or not, you're on the flat land as opposed to the sloped stairs. Okay, yep.
Indeed. And I'm going to attack him with this, and I'm going to improvise.
That hits, actually.
I have to call it beforehand, though.
Oh, well, you're improvising.
See if they crit.
That does hit. Cries out, ah!
Second strike.
And growls at you. That hits. For 9. How did you... Oh, right.
And that'll be turn.
Okay. That one's dead. Oxor is going to make the rest of the way up. Actually, he just kind of climbs up the little cliff here. And starts walking over with Skan Bavara and is going to slash at this one. Hits both times. Dealing a good chunk, as paladins with improved Divine Smite do. Do you have anything for that, Skyweaver? Nope. You ain't got shit. Just lightning bolts and flying. Eat hot chip and lie. Alright. Vox, it's your turn.
If I did what Oxer did, how many spots, spaces is that to climb?
It's just an extra 5 feet.
Okay, so I can totally make my way up to him.
Oh yeah.
Okay, gonna stab him.
Alright. That is a hit. For that much, and then sneak attack. Yeah, that does it. You slash in and he cries out and crumples. Delia.
Alright, well. Let's just continue our trend of blowing people's ears out.
Alright. For 12 damage. Constitution. Unfortunately, they save. And that's it. Well.
Still half damage.
Is it?
Yeah, because
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. What's the 16? 8. Okay. So he is super fucked up, but he is going to walk over to here, holding his ears. And do you want to try to opportunity attack Delia? With your staff?
I thought she had Warcaster, couldn't she?
I do.
Oh. You can cast that, yeah.
Can I cast magic missile at him, or is it?
It's any spell, so it could be a cantrip or a spell.
All right, let's put some magic missiles in him.
All right. So he starts to walk away, and you can see his hands starting to crackle with lightning. And you're like, nope. And you is Hope's End your focus?
Yes.
All right. Oh, why am I describing it for you? What's it look like when you see his hands crackle with lightning and about to line up a lightning bolt?
So she kind of she taps the staff on the ground, the butt of it, and then the crystals that are embedded in the top of it glow, and then little force replicas of those crystals that are glowing shoot out from the staff and into him, and it makes thunking sounds.
Yeah. All right. It's your turn.
Stands up and makes it to here. And she's not quite to the point where she can see anything, I don't think.
Yes, she is.
Okay, can she see this guy, though?
Yes. She sees him between Oxor's legs.
He's really far away. She is going to cast... Can she... Hold on one second.
Sure.
Sorry, guys. She's going to cast Stop Hitting Yourself.
All right. That's a...
Oh, I hit the wrong one.
Wisdom saving throw. Yeah, it's not going to do it. Well, somehow he gets a lot of strength in his body and smacks himself super hard. For 8 damage. Ah! Anything else?
She is going to viciously mock him as well.
Okay.
With her ring.
Is that the last charge?
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on one second. Let's see what she's going to call him.
He does not succeed.
So she says to him, "You hideous tit." Ooh, you're nothing but a hideous tit ooze.
Oh God.
He goes, ah, and he growls angrily, and he looks between Oxor and Vox, Oxor and Voxor and Vox and Ox, and points his hands, and they start to crackle with lightning. And he's gonna cast a lightning bolt, and it's gonna go right through Oxor and over the top of Hum. But you're like still within the area of effect.
Hold on, I gotta see if I stayed standing up.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. See if you stayed standing up. Because if you didn't,
No.
you're out of range. So instead, he's going to go down here like he was planning before Hum insulted him, and he's going to go for Oxor and Vox. So you guys need to roll dexterity saving throws. Ooh, that's not good for Vox. But that's not good for Oxor. Vox is fine. Jesus Christ. I blame Rachel because this name came after. No, wait, I blame myself because I suggested a name like this to her. Here's a lightning bolt. 32. So you avoid it completely, Vox, and Oxor is not in good shape. Alright. Thaddeus. Your turn.
Let's just see how close we can get this thing on. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hey, look at that. Come to me, my gnome.
Oh god. That's right, you're dragging Delia.
And, yeah, she's kind of like my Pokemon for this battle.
Alright.
I'm just gonna slice him up. Don't have much fanciness to it. I'm gonna try to aim for his crooked nose. That's how I picture him.
Alright. That's a hit. For 14. And then 22 hits. For 12.
Flip it in my hand and just dig it into his chest. Oh, exploit. No, I'm gonna do it again. Bad button.
That hits.
Okay.
And that is enough to... You stab and you hear this nasty sizzle over the air. And he drops dead. Roll a strength save. Alright, the fight ends with you keeping on your feet as the downdraft continues. And you are left with just this downdraft here, and the way forward clear. And we'll come back next time.
Bye, Joy.
Bye,
Hey,
Joy.
Joy.
Later, Joy.
Bye, Joy.